Hi everyone, Vladimir is here, and today I'm going to do a short review of the game called Rogue Islands. So in Rogue Islands you take control of a gnome on a journey to save his tribe. It's an FPS meets Minecraft kind of game, with voxel graphics and heavy use of roguelite principles. You travel from island to island on your boat and complete simple missions. Simply gathering enough fuel to move forward, visiting Spirit Tree to meditate on top of it, or fighting the boss. The gameplay on every island can be split into 3 parts: exploration, resource gathering, fighting. As for the gathering part, at the very least you'll need to gather enough fuel to move to the next island. But technically there's much more resources like food or magic gems at each location. The monster hunting part is pretty straightforward. You use your spells to kill monsters, they drop souls that can be used for upgrades later on. The game has plenty of good sides. First, the islands are huge. The random terrain generation is also very well done, generating caves, mountains, ponds, and placing random resources. There are multiple terrain types, so this probably won't get you bored for a while. I don't know how they did it, but most of the time you get the feeling that no way current map could have been randomly generated. I'm just very impressed how well structured they are, how mountains turn into caves, and how forests appear suddenly out of nowhere. I think the landscapes are very grand and very artistic. The graphics are also well done. The game is very colorful. There are lots of effects, and due to the right sound choice, you get the feeling that you are in the 8-bit world. The monster death effects deserve extra mention. Killing stuff is just plain cool. The FPS mechanics are alright. It's not impossible to dodge the enemy projectiles, but you need to make an effort to do this. The projectile impacts are very well done, but the weapon shooting does not always feel powerful. Don't get me wrong, the weapons are in fact quite powerful. It's just your first weapon, like this wand, which you are going to use most of the time, does not give an impression of power. Projectiles just sort of fly away from it. It's just an aesthetic feeling. Impacts done right, shots not so much, at least yet. The game is also very challenging. Or rather, challenging in a good way. It's a roguelike, so you die and lose all the progress if you die. But in this game, when you die, you don't really feel that you got messed up by random. Because I felt that it's very skill based, and if you make mistakes, you die. If you don't, you progress further. There's not much random involved in the combat itself, which makes it deterministic and not luck based. Having said that, it's an early access game, so there ought to be some of the drawbacks. First, as of now, there's just not so big variety of monsters. First 2 boss models are the same, and at the first 3 or 4 islands, you are going to encounter 3 or 4 types, enemies at most, and then you get 1 or 2 types per new island types. Again, this is okay for the early access title, but I think it's fair if I warn you. If you're playing with keyboard mouse but have controller connected, it's still going to vibrate, which essentially means that you need to disconnect it from your PC when playing, because, well, in my case it was just vibrating on the table and just making it annoying sounds, and so on and so on. So yeah, I had to disconnect my controller only when playing this game. There's no hotkeys to switch between weapons, your spells, which seems like an obvious thing that should be done, but well, it's not there. You have to press the right mouse key, then the circular menu opens and you need to navigate to the one weapon or spell you need. As I was playing, the previous version of the game crashed 4 times upon my death within 6 hours of playing. It's not a huge deal since, well, I died anyway, but it still gets on my nerve occasionally. After patch today though, I played for about 3 hours and did not encounter any crashes, which I think got fixed. After all, tabbing the mouse pointer is not captured inside the game window, meaning it can go over the game window bounds if you have 2 monitors like I do. It's a small thing, but it just means that you'll probably die since the game is not pausing on Alt Tab when you click on the second monitor and the game just, minimizes. But overall, I don't think it's bad, but I have to warn you that it's a roguelite after all, so all of you who like to hoard resources, you are going to be disappointed that there's no easy mode and you just lost everything on death. But despite the lack of content in early access version on launch and some inconveniences, The main gameplay loop is just really well defined, and I had major fun playing for about 7 hours at the current point. The terrain generation is really original, and all the randomly generated landscapes, islands never felt repetitive, as I was eager to explore them and find the resources every single time. The game is really fun, even at this point, and I can confidently recommend it. There's not much content yet, but the developers mentioned that it's going to cost $9.99 during early access, and for this price, it really is a steal, and if you like the idea of it, there's no reason not to get it, because really guys, it's just a great game and I'm happy that I could review it. Thank you for watching. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. If you want to see more game reviews, check out shortgamereviews.com. If you want to see some other game reviewed, let me know and I'll try to get it. And more than that, keep playing guys. Vladimir is out, but I'm going to leave some of the gameplay. Bye!
What?